Right, so I have returned once again to cover some more JoJo Part 6, where if YouTube will kick in, sometimes I do not want to say anything just in case YouTube does not kick in, and it does in theory kick in when I least expect it, and it terrifies me. Hello! So yes, today we are covering from 128 to 134. Chapters, which I think, if I remember correctly, is volume 15. So yes, where we left off last time, which actually was yesterday, we actually kind of saw a different side of Weather Report, a side of Weather Report we didn't think existed, but we kind of suspected maybe there might be something more going on with his character than we're led to believe, and long and behold, yes there is. There's very much there's more to him than we ever imagined beforehand, which is actually extra terrifying because now it's a completely different Weather Report. It's like it's not even Weather Report we know. He be a different man. He be a different man. So yeah, I do not know what to expect from said arc because I believe this volume literally covers like I think 3/4 of it. I think it goes from part 3 to part 9, I believe, which then I think part 10, 11, 12. What did it go to up to 10? I can't remember. Can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it covers 3/4 of it, and I think the next volume kind of covers the end of it, then goes straight into the last, well, one of the last arcs of the whole entire manga. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, I'm quite terrified to be honest, because Weather Report does seem as if, hello, that he actually is entirely not what we seem. Like he is kind of a character who's got more power than we ever I actually can't even say words anymore. They're actually ever led to believe. Like, he has quite an OP stand. Like, it's very apparent it's a very OP stand, but it seems as if there's a more OP stand behind closed doors and that we didn't know about, but now we do. And it's actually kind of like, oh Christ, ozone layer might be screwed. Okay, alright, so, I don't believe I'd skipped anything over. No, didn't, just in case. So, let's begin. So, Heavy Weather Part 3. I'm going to say heavy Weather Report, but it's just Heavy Weather Part 3. So, alright, let's move my mouse over because that will irritate me. So, this happened in America. This happened in America's deep south on a humid night. In a small clinic in a small town, the first cry of a newborn child rang through the night. But that boy, before he could see the light of day, died still, curled in the arms of his mother. To the young mother, who has never felt that she had been leading a happy life, her newborn son had been a chance for her hope for a better future. She was unable to accept his death. Before the nurses or doctors could find out that the child was dead, the young mother slipped out of her bed like a phantom. The young mother's actions were never questioned, and neither were they ever investigated. She took another child on the same day. Oh. And replaced one of them with her dead son, taking him for her own. The baby she took was one of the damn it, these words get me. Duraternal twins. There we are, Duraternal twins. This happened in 1972 on June 5th. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Who's there? What do you want? Who are you over there? What are you doing? Hey! Is this your book? It's a famous biography about a clergyman who commits adultery and runs off to become an artist. Do all churchgoers read books like this? Who are you and how did you get in here? This channel is closed to the public except for Sundays. Channel? Yeah, I'm actually getting to the point that no one actually ever knows I go live. Like, I'm actually kind of realising that fact, because people do tell me that I don't ever get notifications anymore. I'm like, YouTube, why won't you fix your damn website at this point? Like, it's one of those things that people do tell me all the time. Like, I think it's a YouTube thing now. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to go about fixing it. But it happens. It randomly happens and it disappears and it just comes back. I never know. I'm I'm allergic. I'm allergic. I'm allergic. Great. I'm allergic to sunlight. Jesus Christ, my brain does not work sometimes. It's allergic to sunlight. The sun sets at 6:19 today. If I'm not mistaken, I can't go home until then, so I'm resting there. I see. Is there anything I can do for you? No, not particularly. I see. That's unfortunate. I won't tell the father about this until 6:19, so please leave when the sun goes down. Huh. You're an interesting one. Why is that? You're not throwing me out. Or maybe even worse, I might be some thief that's trying to steal the art pieces here. Or are you just saying that I can stay here but planning to rat me out anyway? Is that what you want to do? But I don't think a real thief would lie that they're allergic to sunlight. Even the devil wouldn't say something like that. It must be true, and that's why you're here. I'm not going to tell anyone. Wait a second, did you just twist your ankle because of me? Are you alright? No, it's not because of that. Please don't worry about it. I was born this way. I don't mind a new style, to be honest. Like it's kind of different. It's different, but I don't mind it. It's one of those things. I think it just catches you off guard. You're like, oh, he's changed. Like he's changed quite a bit. So it's kind of like you have to get used to it, but I don't mind it. Please, I was going past. It's one of those changes. It's one of those changes that kind of catches you off guard. You're like, oh yeah, he's changed a bit. I don't mind it. I never minded the changes with certain characters. Police car's been a long time going down the road. Come on, boy. No, Part 7's art style's incredible. I've seen it. I haven't read it, but I've seen how it looks. It just looks amazing. But yeah, I never really minded too many changes in the art style, because it's just like, well, people do progress as time goes on, so you sort of it comes with the territory, really. Some for the better, some for the worse sometimes. They told me that I was born with twisted toes on my left foot, but it doesn't really hinder my ability to walk. Do you believe in gravity? That there might be a reason why you tripped over me, of all people. Huh? I don't understand what you're talking about. Thank you for believing me when I said that I'm allergic to sunlight. I want to give this stone arrow to you as a gift. If you don't need it, that's fine, but aren't all meetings a form of gravity? I don't know what you garner from me, but I've been traveling around the world in search of encounters. If you ever feel like seeing me again, relay those feelings to this arrow. I don't care how many years might have passed since now. Do you understand? Just keep this in mind. I'll leave when the sun sets. This, my foot, my toes, they're straight. Yeah, I can see what you mean. That some it's one of those things that certain characters you've seen in the previous art styles, it's kind of like, whoa, hello. So when you see it change, it's kind of like, whoa, like it catches you off guard. I think it's more noticeable in the anime, to be honest. I think it's more noticeable in the anime when they released the actual stills for the Rohan OVA with the new art style. It was like, holy crap, it's changed quite a bit. But then once you read the manga, it's actually not so bad, because you kind of get used to it quite quickly. But the anime, you're used to one style, so it kind of gets you, and you're like, whew, what's happened to my boys? What's happened to my boys? What's going on? Did that man just now do this? What was he? Wait, who are you? What are you? 1987, Father Pucci, age 15. Huh, he's 15 years old at that point. His great-grandmother on his father's side was an Italian immigrant. He is descended from a family that was prestigious and influential in Venice. In the 18th century, one of the family members even became a pope. So when Enrico Pucci declared that he wanted to go to the seminary when he was 15, no one protested. That's the word. Pucci's family was very wealthy, and he enjoyed a loving relationship with his parents and little sister, who was 2 years younger than him. He was never he was never in want of anything. He was very well liked as a child. The reason he decided to go to a seminary was perhaps due to the story that his parents told him about what happened when he was born. Mum, whose grave is this? His birthday's the same as mine, and it's also the day he died. Eriko, you actually had a brother. He was your twin, but he died soon after he was born. Pray to him. We named him Domenico. His brother who was born with him but dies on the same day. Why did the fate choose him, not his brother? Why do humans experience happiness and despair? What is real happiness? Perhaps Enrico Pucci wanted to pursue the answer and the truth about these questions. What followed occurred in 1988 when Pucci was helping to clean the church as usual. Father, please listen to my plea. I beg of you, I have a confession. Please wait a moment. I'll call that father over. I'm struck down with a disease. I'm so scared. There's probably no cure for me. To someone who is confessing, it might not be a matter of who the listener is. They probably just want someone to tell their painful secrets to. They just need to talk to someone. But what I want to talk about isn't my disease. It's about my family. 16 years ago, on June 5th, I swapped my dead newborn with someone else's child. Oh, here we go. Here we go. They were twin babies. I exchanged them while the people in the hostel weren't looking. I feel terrible when I think about his real parents, but I didn't want to believe it. I kept on trying to deny that my real child was lost to me, but I realized that I can't say the words. But I realised that child to the best of my ability. I was happy. He grew up to become a fine young man. But if I'm dying now, should I tell him that he really has a brother? But then, if I tell him that would mean I lose my son. I can't tell him. That's why I'm in so much pain. Do you know whose real parents are? A couple named Pucci. They live in a large mansion in the town next to mine. Ooh. Oh, really? That's interesting. I thought at least it gives you context on the character, though. As I always thought to myself, something that was lacking in part 5 kind of sort of was a bit more about Diablo's character, because you got it in the novel, but the manga, it did explain it, you got enough, but it could have just gone a little bit more into him. I think, like, the manga didn't do too much justice to Diablo's character. I mean, Doppio got a lot more. Like, Doppio truly was the kind of the real character there. Diablo kind of didn't do too much, which kind of just hinted his character a little tiny bit, more than usual. But here, at least, they're kind of going into the backstory, so you actually understand where he came from, what really went on, and stuff like that. It kind of makes him a bit more, like, if you get what I mean, real. Like, he kind of feels as if he's got a real reason to be there. Like, he's not just like an antagonist. Like, he has a real motive, if you get what I mean. Like, right now he has a real motive to what he's doing. So it actually kind of makes more sense to him. It doesn't kind of ever hinder his character. That's why I quite like flashback storylines. Because it was weird, because they gave a lot of time to everyone's backstory in part 5, like the central cast, but Diablo didn't get the exact same, which was kind of weird. I don't know, that's why I always found a bit weird about part 5. The only thing I never liked about it is the fact that Diablo didn't really feel, like, kind of fleshed out enough. No way, you gotta be kidding me. What do you see in that juiced livery boy anyway? Heavy Weather Part 4. I'm gonna faint. Look at those long legs. They look like they're going. They look like they're going forever. Ah, and that tan skin. It's so hot. Just stop it already. He's probably poor anyway. Probably doesn't even go to high school. That's why he's working. Ah. Hey, Perla, wasn't that your bag? That guy just took it. Thief! Perla, that was your bag. Someone catch him. Heavy Weather Part 4. Yeah, that's why I always thought like the Doppio was the best part of Diablo, which actually was kind of it made it even more sad when Doppio finally left. Like it was like, oh, because he was the best part of him. Like Diablo didn't really feel like, oh yeah, I get why he's doing everything, because it just didn't. It went more in depth in the novel than did in the actual manga, which actually was kind of weird. So again, the only thing they omitted from a little bit from the actual manga in Part 5 was Fugo's backstory, but that was actually explained in the novel. So it was kind of like, okay, it makes sense. But Diablo's one was kind of a bit weird. I don't know. I still like Part 5 quite a bit. I thought it's better than what people make it out to be. Whoa. Huh. He did it. Oh man. He looks swag. He looks swag. Shit. I broke the store's window. I'm gonna get fired from this delivery job. My school doesn't let students work. Weather report real name was Where's Blue Marine. Blue Marine? Yeah, Blue Marine. He was 16 at the time. He was still innocent, and he fully believed in the idea of justice. Thank you. That was my bag. I'll tell them that he was the one that broke the window. If I can say the goddamn word. For real, of course. Hurry, go. Oh, I'm Wes. People call me Weather. See you again sometime. Oh. It had been 2 months since the confession, and Enrico Pucci was in mental turmoil. Enrico wasn't a priest yet, but he still had to protect the privacy of confessions regardless. He had to keep this a secret, otherwise he would be a failure as a man of God. The same birthday, the same hospital, and the lady who'd confessed to swapping babies, that was his brother. Even if he had told the woman to confess to his parents, which he had done so willingly. She was going to die soon. That woman was planning to take her secret with her to the grave. And besides, would Wes and Enrico's parents be able to live as a true family anyway, if they found out about the truth? Ooh. What should he do? He had to find out more about his brother. What kind of person was he? What does he like to eat? Had he been living happily until now? But the problem about his brother would have come to an end before he even found out the truth. I'm home. What are you doing just sitting there? Did something happen at school? Oh. Welcome home, Enrico. Oh, please don't tell Mum and Dad. My grades dropped. I'm going to get them back up eventually, but what should I do? I have a boyfriend. It's been 2 weeks since we've gotten to know each other, and I really like him, like our hearts are connected. Let's start with confession. Enrico Pucci never told his sister Perla Pucci that he was her brother. Oh, that Wes was his brother. He kept his secret and it would be kept forever. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. It was up to the readers to judge the outcome of this story. Whose fault is what happens in the end? Who was it? The woman who switched the baby's fault? Pucci's parents, Father Pucci, his sister, who fell in love, Weather, who knew nothing? After researching Weather and finding out who it was that his sister had fallen in love with, the course of action that stunned Enrico Pucci decided to take, there was only one option for him. I have to avoid hurting my sister at all costs. That's the thing, like, that's what it kind of addresses in the next page. Like, it addresses whose fault is it in the whole entire thing. Like, because he doesn't really know anything. Weather reports kind of the character at most. It's like, he's at most, like, kind of affected because he doesn't know anything about what's going on here. It just all happened so suddenly. So you're like, whoa, okay. It's actually quite an interesting backstory. Like, what's really going on here and whose fault it actually is. Aren't you that kid from the nice family who goes to seminary? You sure about wanting to do this? If anything goes well, I give you double this amount. There are two things I want you to do. Don't ask any questions. Make these two break up. That is all. If he had made a couple of gang members threaten Wes, Wes would break up with his sister. That's it. He didn't have to tell her anything. All she would have experienced is a failed relationship. It wouldn't be a decisive blow to her heart, but... What Enrico Pucci failed to realise was the true nature of this private detective agency. The man's tendency to pry the prejudice that still lay in his heart. It stemmed from the rules that had dominated the South just a century ago, terrible and inhumane laws, and his prejudice was still very much alive in this man, even in 1988. The very day that Pucci's request was to be carried out, Perla gave Weber a goodnight kiss. Although she wrapped her arms around his Jesus Christ, I never said that word correctly. Shoulders, there we are. The word that always gets me off guard is the word shoulders. I mean, I actually can say it. Shoulders. It was still very much an innocent show of affection. God damn. After doing some research, that Weather kid, his mother back in 1972, had a black guy in the city, so he looks white, but he's a son of a black man. What? That took a dark turn. Jesus Christ. Wow. The private detective quickly called his friends, and they showed up with their white gowns. Jesus. Perla, Weather. Yeah, this is quite weird, to be honest. The more I think about this actually doesn't make too much sense. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, because it's a little bit kind of, I don't know. It's a bit of a kind of a left field thing to do. It doesn't really kind of, I don't think it works very well, to be honest. I don't think it works very well. Good morning, how's it going? This is quite a juxtaposition. This is quite a juxtaposition between what was going on beforehand and just now. Like, it just happened. You're like, what? I don't know. It just feels a bit weird. I don't know. Who are you people? You're drunk. We're not gonna punish you. We're gonna be doing that to him. It's easier to punish people when you're drunk, see? That's the only way to do it. Hey, kiss me too, baby. Kiss the nice upstanding sheriff, huh? You think you're such a proper little miss, huh? You whore, you're white. It doesn't matter to me who you fool around with. But for him to kiss you can't be allowed, you know? This is such a weird contrast. This is like the most left field thing I've actually read in a long time. It's such a weird contrast to what's going on beforehand. Just like, wow, okay, like, at least give me some, like, I don't know, some build up to this whole entire thing, but then it still just doesn't make much sense. I don't know. This is what your brother requested, in the house where the son of a bitch and his mother lives in. We've already set fire to it. Ah, what? Who was the one truly being punished here? And all anyone did until now was love. Let me just relay the facts. Love brought about the worst case scenario. Whoever was hung from a tree overlooking the cliff. and Perla was just left there. Until then, her heart had been innocent. Until then, a warm breeze had been blowing through her heart. It was first love, like the warm rays of the first day of spring. Once she took Weather down from the tree, my heart would no longer feel anything, not even the rain. She spoke those words and threw herself from the cliff into the lake below, not knowing that her beloved Weather still had a faint pulse. It just feels so weird. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's just, it just feels so left field. I just don't know. I don't know how to kind of like, I don't say the word, like, kind of compose a thought about it, because it just happened so suddenly. And I'm like, what? Like, how? Okay, like, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I actually have no. I'm actually for the first time in a long time in JoJo, I've been speechless, because it just happened so quickly. I was like, what? It also seems like a weird thing to actually happen as well to Weather Report. Like, it just doesn't work. I don't know. That's something I don't want to think this. I'm not too sure. It doesn't. If you get what I mean, it doesn't work as a kind of like a thing that happens. Like, you can probably build up to something like this in like certain other things. Like, some stuff like this can happen, but it just happened like that, and it was just like, what? It just doesn't work. It just doesn't. I'm a bit amazed. I'm a bit amazed, actually. I'm a bit amazed that that just transpired. Because I don't know. Because then did the actual dude just let off Poochie? Because, yeah, I know, but it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a small blemish. I mean, it was kind of like one of those things. They could have just done something completely different. It would have been a lot better. I don't think it just worked very well. I think possibly with maybe another chapter in between, there might have just kind of worked a little bit better. I think maybe, I'm not too sure. But just as it kind of stands, it just kind of feels way too. It just feels kind of too left field. It doesn't feel as if it's kind of like, okay, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's how I see it. I don't know what Araki was trying to do with it, but I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know what to say. He heard voices coming from the mountains. Were they carried over by the wind, or was he just hearing things? But it was a voice that he wanted to hear, a voice that he was hoping to hear. Heavy Weather Part 5. Why? Why did things turn out this way? When we were infants, why did that woman take my younger brother and not me? Why wasn't it me? Why did I listen to that woman's confession at church? Yeah, it's a bit. I mean, I don't mind the backstory. I think there's a bit too much going on, like, for such a short space of time. I think as well. I think possibly maybe this needed a lot more time, because Weather Report's backstory is kind of a little bit like, whoa, okay. Like, that bit when it just kind of went into that whole entire event, it just felt way too sudden. It felt like it didn't have any build up at all to it, and it was kind of like, okay, like, what? You're just like, so I'm meant to accept this, okay? I mean, okay, but I don't think I can very much. I don't know. much as anything else, it's the fact that it just happened so soon and so suddenly. I was like, what? I don't know, maybe with 17 chapters to this whole entire arc, there might have been a lot less kind of plot holes or something like that. It just could have made a lot more sense. It would have kind of been a lot better and kind of a little bit more fleshed out, I think. Why did I want to become a priest? Why did two people meet? If they didn't meet, none of this would have happened. Stop. I'm telling you to stop. Don't cross yourself in front of my sister. No, don't take Pella's life away. It wasn't Pella's fault. All she did was fall in love. I'd do anything to get her life back. I should be the one who's damned. Do you believe in gravity? That there's a reason why we met. If you wish, you can see me. It's him. That was his voice. I want to see him. I forgot when, but he fixed my foot back in the charnel. How could I have forgotten about it until now? He gave me something. It looked like an arrowhead. Oh damn. What the? This. This. The arrowhead that I've been keeping in my pocket. A lost life can never be regained, but if you wish, if you want it badly enough, you'll be able to preserve her memory, her heart and soul. This is your ability. Yeah, that's the problem. I think he's doing way too much in his arc. That's my main gripe with this arc so far. There's too much going on. That it's kind of like hard to take in everything. Like, again, maybe the whole thing Weather Report might have been a lot better had it had a bit more time. Like, it could have just had maybe 2 more chapters, and it might have been it would have been less kind of abrupt. Like, it would have been kind of a lot better, I think. I think the problem was he kind of ran into it, and it kind of just didn't work too well. Like, it felt too left field, if you get what I mean. That's what I'm trying to get at with my opinion. I think it felt way too left field. I think it didn't work for how much time it was given. Because maybe with 2-3 more chapters, that whole entire backstory might have worked a lot better. But I don't think it kind of did at this stage. I think it was the most kind of faulting part of this whole entire manga so far. It's this one bit, because it feels so sudden. It feels as if there's like no build up and nothing towards going to that one event. It just kind of just happened. You're like, okay. Also, it's quite shocking as well. That was the other major thing. It's quite shocking. So you're kind of like, how am I supposed to take this all in this goddamn quickly? Like, it just doesn't work for how much it was given. I don't know. I think with a lot more time, it would have been a lot better. I don't know, because the reasoning behind everything just felt a bit too off. I don't know. That's just how I felt about it. Hey, who the hell is it? That dumbass who requested me to look up some adultery case or something. You call that stalking? I know you're there hiding behind that door. If you don't want to get shot, show me that ugly mug of yours. What the fuck? Hey. If you know anything, tell me. You're big on information, right? Why the hell are snails falling from the sky all of a sudden? Where are they coming from? It's only around me, too. Who the fuck are you? Is it true that Pella's brother was the one who hired you? It can't be. You're the bastard I hung. You on that tree off the. You're the bastard I hung you on that tree over the cliff. What the hell are these snails? Jesus Christ. What? Shit. I can't die. There's water coming out from the cylinders, only when I tried to fire it. Why am I still alive? Weather was filled with rage, angry at everyone in his life, angry by the fact that he was still alive, and angry at himself who let Perla die. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel a bit kind of, I feel a little bit cold towards his arc. I don't know. It's just a kind of a little bit, it's just a kind of a bit too, like, sudden. Like, it's a major thing. It's just a bit too sudden. Whether had regained consciousness, was it because Perla lifted him down from the tree? After Weather realized that what had happened to Perla, he jumped off the cliff in an attempt to follow her. But because of a sudden strong wind, he was blown to the side of the cliff and survived with only a broken shoulder. He tried to drown himself in the lake, but strong waves would only push him back onto the shore. Why wouldn't fate just let him die? His rage was a rage that came from despair. His hatred started to extend not only to the people of the town, but to humanity in general. On the 4th day after those events, snails started to rain from the sky. Why snails? Where did they come from? No one was able to explain this sudden occurrence. Sometimes they would come out of cell phones, or sometimes they would come out of unopened beer cans in the refrigerator, even out of an unsuspecting sheriff's eye socket. The only one who understood what was going on was Enrico Pucci. After he woke up in the hospital, "It's Weather. My brother isn't dead. Since we're twins, the awakening of my power must have awakened his." No one knew where they were coming from, but these snails were part of Weather's unconscious power. Just like how I wished for the preservation of memories, this is what Weather unconsciously wished for. If these snails start to crawl up my arm, I have to go to kill my brother. I'll do anything now, even if that means I have to kill. After I'm free with Weather, I'll go see him. His name is Dio. Why do people meet? I'm sure he knows the answer to that question. I need to know the answer to that question. Must be the driving force of this world. It must be the ultimate truth. Adios. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel a bit cold. I feel a bit cold towards this arc. Because I think Weather Report's like backstory is kind of like the more important one of the whole entire series in part 6, and it's kind of felt as if it was way too like sudden. I didn't really kind of have any build up. Now that you mention it, it's actually kind of true. Out of context, that line is kind of a bit weird. Are you happy? Your sister Perla died because of your fucking request. My rage isn't satisfied. I have to take care of you right here, right now. No. I'll tell you this, I'm your older brother. Wait, was that? No, didn't miss anything, cool. I thought I missed something. However, I'm going to have to banish you, along with your memories. You're in my way. And a man without his memories might as well be a dead man. Heavy Weather Part 6. There's no way that someone can have two abilities. Other reports' abilities should be exclusively the control of Weather, but this, it's not like the poisonous frogs that he managed to rain down. What the hell is going on? Our bodies, everyone's bodies are... What the hell could he be doing to cause this? Heavy Weather Part 6. Everyone's like, this is the worst part. I'm like, damn, okay, alright. I don't know, I think the previous one wasn't the greatest part of the whole entire thing either. I think it's my least favourite, actually, I believe. Not because of anything, just because of the fact that it didn't really have any build-up. Like, the parts up to the point in which Weather loses his sister or his lover, it was alright, but that whole entire section it kind of just killed the whole entire thing for me. It just didn't work. I was like, what? Okay, I mean, I don't know. But everything before that was alright, and everything after that was kind of alright. Just that middle part is, don't know how I felt towards it. I think I don't know what Araki was thinking. They're practically layers and covering the floor, plus they're multiplying. I have to get out of here quickly. I've got to find Versace and defeat him. This is what happens when you touch the rainbow, Jolene. Be careful, this will happen if you touch the snails too. They're procreating. Snails have no gender. Once they pierce each other with those tentacle things, they start making more snails. If they can have one or even tens of offsprings at the same time, if they multiply anymore, we're screwed. I'm getting slower. Even my stand, I can't get my stickers out quickly anymore, and I can't take them off. I don't know if I can go and catch Versace. Versace, if I actually can say the word. Weather report's not the one at fault. Whether it's actually our ally, it's because of a sudden retrieval of his memories. Retrieval of his memories. In order to save Weather, we have to kill Versace first. That car over there looks like it would be safe in there. There aren't any snails inside the car. If I could just go to that car, then I could find that Versace bastard quickly so I can eliminate him. Ah, Jolene! It's okay, I can make it. There's one more sprinkler I can hang from over there. Hermes, I'm going to get out of here by swinging across the ceiling, so you can just go on and crawl over to the entrance. Slip. Oh no. Oh no. Jolene, behind you! A whole wall of snails is going to fall on top of you. Swing away, hurry! Hurry up and swing over to the next sprinkler. Jolene, they're on your legs. Shake them off. They're going to multiply. Get them off you quickly. The ceiling is wet. It can't be. Oh no. Hermes, give me your hand. An organism that can have sex with anything it encounters. I'm kind of jealous. I mean, no, it's just gross. Rip. I can't hold on, Jolene. I'm going to fall off. I can't support your weight. And plus, I don't know if I can make it to the front door. I'm so freaking slow. I can't move fast enough. And even if I got there, look at that door. It's packed with snails. There's so many of them crowding around that automatic door. There's so many of them crowding around that the automatic door won't even open. The door on the other side is like that too. We can't get out of this hospital. There's no way. Rip. I'm gonna fall off, Jolene. Ah, we're falling. That hurt my neck. Does it actually end? Oh, I must have miscounted then. Sorry, I must have miscounted. It must be 135 then. That was me. I'm sorry. Sometimes I count 9, sometimes I count 8. I don't know. It's weird. I thought it was 134. Must be wrong. That must be 9 actually. Yada yada yada. But Hermes, I'm glad you were here. You said that your movements were getting slower. And that it was taking longer to take out your stickers. Now we can reach that car. I put a sticker on the door to separate it, and then I broke it. Now to find Versace, it seemed like he was heading somewhere with a definite purpose. Huh, that's actually quite cool. I actually quite like that. Hermes' face is amazing as well. Hermes is like, what? What? How? What? Right, so yeah, if I believe... I think, yeah, does it cover the whole entire arc, this volume? I actually can't remember whether or not it covers the whole entire arc. So, Weather Report has recovered his past memories and his repressed hatred is causing this unconscious phenomenon. And so he doesn't really understand what's going on, just kind of following Weather to find Jolene. Poochie, he should be around here somewhere. Hospital. Hermes touched the rainbow and for some odd reason is transformed into a snail. Jolene Cujo can sense where Versace is, wants to track him down so she can make him take out Weather Report's memory disk and stop the snails. Can also sense where Weather and Poochie are. Versace wants to find out the secret of the power that Poochie found through JoJo's disc and secretly wants that power for himself. Emporio is in possession of Jotaro Kujo's memory disk and wants to safely hand it over to the SPW Foundation. Heavy Weather Part 7. First of all, Emporium must be a stand user that I haven't met yet. From the name, I can tell that it must be a guy. Nevertheless, I shouldn't go into this completely blind. And these snails, I can't fuck around here. I might get affected too. I have to keep looking. Who the hell could it be? He has to be around here somewhere. Oh, okay. I was like, because I wasn't too sure, because I believe this actually covers like a good 80% of the whole entire arc, but I didn't know where it ended. I think it ends on part 10, I believe. This volume does. I believe it's either part 10 or 11. It's around here somewhere. I have to find him, and then I have to get Jotaro's disc from him. I have to look out for the ones who are headed for the hospital. It's not any of these bastards. Knowing that Jolene Cujo is still in the hospital, he can't be one of these cowards running away. The one who heads towards the hospital to help her must be Emporio. I have to look out for someone who's not reacting to the situation the same way everyone else is. Shit, I won't lose. I'm gonna be happy. Huh, what do you know? Oh, okay, that's what I thought it was. I thought it ends on part 11. It's either 10 or 11 it finishes on, but thank you. So the last part of the arc begins on volume 16. Okay. What in the world is going on? Jolene. I have to give this disc to the SPW Foundation first, even though I want to help Jolene. I made a promise to her that I would protect this disc, and that should be my first priority. I called the SPW Foundation, and they said they'll be here in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. God damn it! What the hell? No one's heading for the hospital. No, it's not that I'm looking for the future names for the arcs. It's just sometimes I have to kind of count upwards from the actual volume, because sometimes the volume doesn't actually tell you how many chapters are actually inside the volume. I know sometimes it's 9, but sometimes it goes up to 10. So it's one of those things. I have to kind of find out where it kind of ends and starts. I always go from the first chapter and just count up 9. It's not that I'm trying to spoil myself or anything. It's not a problem. It's just I need to know where it ends and starts. Also, this Emporio, he told Jolene the number of the seats that survived the plane crash. He couldn't have done that without looking it up, probably with a laptop. Or a ghost computer. But no one around here has anything like that shit. I thought I would find him easily, but he has to be close. Shit, he has to be around here somewhere. Hello, Jolene? Oh no! Oh no! Huh. I did it. Underworld. All I had to do was ask the ground for his phone number from Jolene Cujo memory, from his phone number from Jolene Cujo's memory under the ground. Kufu, but I can't believe it was just a kid. This Emporio kid. Even the priest didn't know about him, huh? Ha. What? Where is it? Where's the disc? He should have it. Shit. What is it? What? He doesn't have a disc on him, but he should have it. And where the hell did his cell phone and his laptop go? He just had it. Wait, don't panic. I could just ask the ground what happened, where he hid it. It's on well. I wouldn't expect anything less from a former car thief. You know what? I'm telling you right now, I was innocent, okay? Hermes, hurry up, get in. Hey, Jolene, it's a Snell. It's just an empty shell. But this car, Hermes, I'm going to close the door. The Snells are coming in. Oh no. This is quite a weird arc, to be honest. This is quite weird. It's quite bizarre. It's quite bizarre. So what happens now is not just the hospital. This is spreading the Snell. This is spreading. The Snells are appearing in a town after town. Do you think he's after Emporio? No way. Even the priest doesn't know about Emporio. The direction that Versace ran off to, Jolene, over there, is where Emporio was headed, I think. Oh, he's read the top. I read the bottom bit before the top bit, accidentally. It can't be. He's looking for Emporio. Do you think he's after Emporio? No way. Even the priest doesn't know about Emporio. Do apologise. I actually accidentally read the bottom bit first before I read the top bit. My brain kind of had a brain fart just then. I do apologise. Just sometimes my brain just reads the bottom bit before the top. Yeah, I can sense why people might not like it. I mean, it's I don't know. I think the worst part was maybe the backstory. I don't know. More for anything else, the fact it was over way too soon. I just thought, it needed more time. It needed more time just to kind of be a bit more like fleshed out, kind of a little bit better. I think it just happened. Everything happened. Like the bits with Poochie was fine, but just the bits when Weather kind of got introduced, it kind of just got a bit too fast for its own good. It didn't really kind of sit well. Hey Jolene, did you pass your driving test? You're driving on the lawn. Get back on the road. I know, I haven't driven in a while, alright? It takes time. Besides, I didn't adjust the seat, so I'm pretty far away from the rail. See? Don't know why, but I'm getting farther away from it. Look, I'm sinking back. Shit, I'm getting farther and farther away from the steering wheel. It's too far away. No, that's not it. Jolene! Oh no. The Snells are quite weird, to be honest. The Snells are quite weird. Jolene, the car! Stop the damn car! I can't, my legs, I can't beat, because I touched the Snells back there, in the hospital. My feet are too soft, I can't step on the brakes. Jolene, you too? Shit, damn, it's them. Another empty shell. I think I get it now. Have no goddamn clue however is making us turn into Snells, but I can tell where this is going. Predators. Jolene, shit, we gotta find Versace and take care of him fast. The Snells are getting killed off by their natural predators. Drip, drip, suck, slurp. Jolene, we gotta get out of this car. Oh god. Spiders. Of all things right now, spiders. Spiders, why do you have to give me spiders? Heavy Weather Part 8. Do you see that, Hermes? Get out of the car. Something's just hid behind those bushes right there. Go, get that bush. Get to that bush. Go, get to that bush. That leg, the person who was being dragged was Emporio. Happy Weather Part 8. Go and get that bush. Oh man, that'd be a very, very different event in JoJo. You have to go and grab a bush and run backwards. Oh man. Why spiders though? Why give you spiders? I just can't stand spiders. It's one of my worst fears. I don't mind the presence of them in real life, but in video games and films, I'm just terrified of them. I have no idea why. I just can't stand the presence of them being there. But once I know they're there, I'm like, all right, what's up, dude? But if they're there, I'm like, oh. I haven't been able to finish Bloodborne because of the fact that the massive room with spiders in it's terrifying me. It's been like 3 years, I think, maybe 2 years since Bloodborne. It's like I can't do it. I just can't go beyond this one room. Was that an advanced spider? Was that an advanced spider? I don't know. I have no fucking clue what weather is doing, but the snails are still multiplying, and also these bug things are appearing too. Since snails can only move really slowly, this is how they're killed. Their predators crawl inside their snails. They crawl inside the snail's shells, and suck out of their flesh. They're called shell wearers. That's these bugs in that. That's these bugs' name. There we are. That's a tongue twister for me. Stone free. Jolene, pull me over too. I know we have to worry about Emporia, but these bugs are coming. Hurry up and pull me. Shit. Even my strings are. They're slow, but that person who just got dragged behind that bush was definitely Emporio. The one dragging him was Versace. Versace was hiding Emporio. What I have to do now is to beat Versace. If I don't take care of him first, we're all going to be turned into snails. Emporio, grab onto it. Emporio, if you can hear me, tug on the rope. 45, 60. Hut. What? Ah. Jolene! Out of nowhere. The Super Bowl in 1974, I dug up the Miami... Super Bowl in 1974, I dug up the Miami Dolphin runner backs, Larry Kosner, I can't even say the second name. He got 33 runs, running over 145 yards, a real MVP, this one. Huh. Johnny and Cujo enjoy being dragged over to the touchdown line. I have to undo the rope. Yeah, I know. It was kind of still like, what? Hello. Alright. A random assortment of people. Like, a random assortment of football teams. Alright, but yeah, I know, it's from Underworld, but still, it's like, what? Hold up. Huh. With you being that slow, see ya. Won't be able to come back here for a while at least. Whoa. I forgot I'm in deep shit. It's deep shit if I touch these guys too. It was a while ago, Emporio. He was still holding Jolene's father's disc. But wait a sec. But a split second later, the disc suddenly disappeared. This must be his stand power. This kid's ability must be able to store and extract items. Then how do I get the disc? Where is he keeping it? Let me check it. Let me check again. My mouth is getting tongue twisted all the time now. What? Where's Jolene? Where did she go? There's no way Jolene Cujo can move at normal speed. Oh, of course she can. Of course she can. Well, she didn't, but she used something else. She used her brain. I like it. I like it. Oh man. It never gets old just seeing a person get beaten up in JoJo, like the bad guy getting beaten up in JoJo. It's still so goddamn satisfying just to see it. Just like, feels good. Feels good. I can't believe it. She got him. She rolled over to him by cutting a pipe and stuffing herself inside. She used the fact that her body's all fucked up to her advantage. Since she's malleable, she can fit. Oorah! Underworld. You got me with that little stunt, but you're no match for Underworld, not in that state. I dug up more memories, the memories of the sort from a rapids of water. You know, snails and slugs. Huh. No, I think tomorrow's gonna be the second to last volume, and Monday will be the last volume, I think. Because Saturday I might kind of, I might take a break for a bit. I get some stuff done in real life, I think, on Saturday. So probably it'll be the second to last one tomorrow, and then Monday will be the last volume. Then Friday probably the start of part 7, I think. Oh, week against Salt. What? I know Emporia has it somewhere. He has to be hiding it somewhere. He's definitely hiding his disc inside something. I get it. It's similar to my stand. I understand now. So his stand can store the memories of objects, huh? I got it. JoJo's disc. It's finally mine. I win. Now I want it closer to getting whatever the priest is after. Jolene! I'm sorry, Emporio. I used you. But if you can get on that car and find weather report, you'll be saved. If I can fix weather, we'll all be fine. We'd be able to find the priest because you touched me and he touched you. Are we really gonna be able to get to weather? But Jolene. Peerage card. Name. Domecchio Pucci. Weather report. Name Enrico Pucci was born the elder of the two twins. Upon hearing that his brother died, he began to wonder why fate chose his brother to die instead of him. He was strongly drawn to this concept and became even more so obsessed with this idea after the woman's confession that his brother was still actually alive. He believes that he is a servant of God and that it is his duty to pursue and find out the truth. His brother Weather, upon meeting him, says, "You're the ultimate image of evil, but you don't realize that you're evil. This is what makes you the worst kind of evil." It's like Heavy Weather Part 9. Woof, 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 woof. My sprained ankle is fixed. The joint used to hurt, but no, not anymore. I see. Guess it could be useful for fixing joints and back pains, becoming a snail, that is. But if you don't want it to happen to Ansu, you shouldn't touch those snails, or the rainbow either. Is this your fault, Weather? What the fuck are you doing? Heavy Weather Part 9. Kill me. Do it, Anasui. Even I have no idea what's going on. In 1988, I finally remember something like this happened in the past too. This seems to be happening unconsciously. What? I can't kill myself, but if you kill me, the stand power will probably stop. I do feel kind of bad for those who've already become snails, but there's a part of me that hates living, that feels quite good about all this. I can't stop this on my own. Do you remember your memories of the past? But hey, aren't you trying to find Jolene right now? I'm only hanging around because I thought you were taking me to Jolene. You shouldn't go to Jolene right now. It'll be useless anyway. And that's also mean that that'll also mean that no one will be able to kill me. What the fuck are you talking about? Tell me where Jolene is right now. Alright, I'll tell you, but only after I settle my score with Pucci. He's headed this way, somewhere within the radius of 20 meters. Huh? What? He's here? The only hope I have for staying alive is to finish him off. No, cool. I'm putting an end to everything. Him and also his reasons for storing Jolene's Father and FS memories in discs. I'm going to be the one to kill Poochie. Jesus Christ! And after I killed him, kill me. Understand? Shit. So Jolene's still alright, yeah? Fine. I still have to repay FF anyway. I'll go with you. So where the hell is the priest? Where the hell is the priest? South? North? Where the hell is the priest? I don't see him anywhere. Don't move. He's not coming. He's already here within 20 meters. My diver down's already checked for him underground. All I see is snails. Are you really sure the priest is here? I'll check beyond the intersection. Don't get too close to the buildings. I'll check if he's inside while I'm at it. Oh, okay, that's fine. Weather report. Weather report! There's no disturbance in the air currents. There's nothing breathing or moving around. Inside that building and beyond it, I don't sense anyone there. Hey, so what the hell are you going on about, Weather? Is the priest really around here? Well, is he or isn't he? I mean, I don't mean it like that. This just means that bastard Poochie can anticipate my moves. He knows what weather report is capable of, and he's moving accordingly. He's hiding somewhere around here, making sure not to disturb the air. When he moves, it means that he's moving in to attack me. What about in the car? Weather. Looks like there aren't any snails in that car. Can your stand sense the air inside closed spaces like that car? Huh. 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 Weather! Oh, hit my mouse. There we go. Accidentally hit my mouse. Weather! Your ability to control the atmosphere. Weather. I already know all about it. This phenomenon turning anything man or beast into snails. As long as I know the reason for it, I have nothing to fear. When I took a memory from you back in 1988, I managed to find out the way I can overcome this phenomenon. But bastard! No way! He was hiding under that mass of snails. You, Poochie! Hello, how's it going? What? The snails? From the car window? So you touched it, and it's all over for you. You should have stayed out of my business and anyway from and away from Joni and Cujo. You could have peacefully waited for your sentence to end. Well, I suppose I could leave you, all of you. I can leave you. All of you will eventually die as snails anyway. Besides, me and Weather, of course. So, stand name, heavy weather, stand user, weather report. Strength, question marks all round. So, ability, heavy weather alters the refraction angle of the incoming rays of the sunlight within its ability to control the weather, and creates a natural subliminal effect. Doing so affects the mental state of all organisms, and they start perceiving themselves as snails. Perhaps it's harking back to the ancestry of all organisms. I mean, you missed the backstory of Weather Report, which actually was quite something. Was something else. That was the major thing you've kind of missed, I think. Was Weather Report's backstory, which actually was quite something. Oh, okay, I get it, I think. So the simple effect doing so affects the mental state of all organisms, and they start perceiving themselves as snails. Perhaps it's harking back to the necessity of all organisms. People are just going delirious because of the intense heat weather created by destroying the ozone layer. Huh. That's actually quite interesting. I mean, it makes sense once you actually kind of read it. It's like twice, you're like, oh yeah, I think I get it. I think I get it. So basically, they're just all delirious, and they're just thinking they are that, but they technically aren't. Okay, makes sense. I think I get it. So heavy weather part 10. Jolene. Now we've got to find Weather and have him take out Weather's memory disk with that ability of his. But shit, this isn't good. How are we gonna do it? Ow! God damn, that really hurt. Ah, okay, that actually makes sense then. It's actually not such a kind of strange stand, actually. I mean, it's strange in the sense of what it's doing, but, I mean, it makes sense in the end. It's getting worse. Is this getting even worse for my body? Ah, yeah, that makes sense, actually. I actually can't say that sentence. This is getting even worse. My body's... I don't think I can even lift myself into a car. And even if we do manage to get in that car, it's friggin' filled with shell whereas we're going to keep on going, even if that starts to eat us Hermes. If they start to eat us Hermes, it doesn't matter if they're inside or outside of the car. Either way, it's going to find us and start eating us. Heavy Weather Part 10. How could the priest have hidden himself inside that mound of snails? And he's also controlling them. What the hell is going on with these snails? I just love how swagged Poochie is right now. Like, you got Weather Report on the floor, lost a leg. You got Undersuit turning into a snail. And you've just got you just got Poochie just there like, just like, yo, what's going on? Like, he's just the most swaggiest man ever. I love it. I actually love it. I actually love Poochie so much. He's such a fantastic character. I mean, he's a terrible person, but he's just so fantastic, just the way he poses. It's like an accidental. I can't say the word. Accidental Renaissance painting. You just take the words away. You got Renaissance painting right there. Oh man, I love it. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I want that framed. It's so great. I don't know why. It's one of those things. Just like, how the hell is that even possible? But I'm in awe. I'm in awe. I'm in awe. I'm in awe. Anyway, let's continue. If you're gonna die, Weather, I want it to be a few hours later. I will actually use it for the thumbnail. Do not worry. Actually, will use it for my thumbnail. It has to be. It's the thumbnail of today. Like, it's been hard for me to actually find a thumbnail during this whole entire volume, but just found it. I saw it in part 5. Part 5's full of Renaissance painting like references. I was like, hey, I know that painting. Like, he actually does kind of frame his panels quite Renaissance-y. Quite Renaissance-y? Is that even a word? Like, I quite like it for that reason. Like, part 5 was full of it. Part 6 has actually got those parts sometimes, but that one was just like the most Renaissance painting of all time. If you're gonna die, Weather, I want it to be a few hours later. I can I cut your legs off so you would die slowly. So that this phenomenon that you created will kill everyone that stands in my way first. The one to aid me in attaining heaven, whether it turned out to be you. Ah! 3 days until now. 3 days until the new moon. It will finally begin. What the green child desired, the manifestation of heaven that Dio strived for within my own body. Drag. Oh. Diver down. I phased him inside. Inside of Weather's body. Weather report. Man. It's a satisfying panel. Satisfying panel. Even in the fact he's actually getting punched, he still looks swag. It's actually quite hard to pull off, but he's doing it. When you think about it, he actually is a very useful stand. Like, when you least suspect it, Diver Down is actually the most useful stand. Like, it just happens around him, you're like, oh my god, I'm so glad he's actually there. Like, it's just like, every single time you need something, he's actually always there, and he's actually just so great for that reason. Man. I love Onasui. He's fantastic as well. Grab onto the priest and get him closer, Weather. The priest's stand isn't a power type. If you can keep a hold on him in close range, your stand's power is much stronger. Grab him! Don't you fucking dare let him get away. Ooh. The design is pretty freaking great as well. Well, Onasu's now a snail. He's actually not a snail, but he actually is a snail, but he's not. What? My leg. He did it again. My David Down's legs too. That fucking priest controlled the snails again. What did he just do? He used a piece of glass and reflected the light. This happened in the 1930s. Upon examining a certain politician's campaign poster, they found the word sex, which was cleverly airbrushed into the photo in several different places. It was written so it would be disguised within the folds and the shadows of his skin and clothes, and it was done in such a way that glancing at it casually, no one would be able to see that scandalous word. But for 37 years, many people remember that seemingly normal campaign poster. Also, during the 1957 movie Picnic, there was an experiment conducted where an image of popcorn and soft drinks was inserted into every 1/24th second of a shot. It's impossible to notice, of course, but when this image was repeated, the moviegoers started to complain about their thirst, and the movie theatre's popcorn and beverage sales increased by 58%. This form of advertising persisted until the FCC finally banned it. This is what psychologists called subliminal messages. Subliminal messaging. There we are. Boom! Said it. Didn't they do something similar in what's it called? In Fight Club? Like, in essence, Tyler Durden actually put a shot of a naked dude in every single a little bit of a shot. I swear I remember that in one of the films. I swear it's actually Fight Club. Because they explain the whole thing with the film. I was like, actually kind of interesting. I swear it's Fight Club. Because they did it at the end of the film. If you actually kind of freeze frame the shots at the end of the film, you actually do see it. I was like, that's actually quite good. I swear it was that film. I might be wrong, but I swear it's that one. When things or images are portrayed on an unconscious level, instead instead of direct transmission, when it slips into the conscious of unsuspecting and unaware minds, it becomes a powerful underlying force that determines the actions of an individual. Yeah, I thought so. As I said, I swear it was Fight Club that he does it. That's why I know about the whole entire thing. I can't remember if he actually does explain it the exact same way, but I remember him doing it. What the hell are you talking about, bastard? The sun that is beating down upon his town right now, due to the refraction angle of the sun rays, the weather is causing a subliminal effect on the inhabitants of this town. Is there an image of snails being reflected within the sun rays? Or maybe it's because the sun is reminding us of prehistoric insects. Everyone is conceived that they're being turned into snails, and this deep subliminal effect affects the subject physically as well. What the hell? What's he trying to explain? My nose is really itchy. Oh yeah. This is the answer. This weather report's hidden ability. In the past, when this occurred in our hometown, I saw a blind woman walking in the streets as if nothing was happening, and that's when I understood. Even if I can't see, I can still sense where you are, even when I take out my ability to see. I mean, yeah. It's quite different, actually. I quite like it. Not gonna lie, quite like it. Weather Report's stand name is also Weather Report. There we are! The biggest mystery of the whole entire manga has just been explained. It's like the whole entire mystery that has been like, what is Weather Report's stand name? Answered. There we are. It's been answered. Although its ability is primarily the control of the weather, if it's within 1 to 2 meters of the new enemy, it can punch its opponent using a burst of strong air pressure. It can also make it rain or strike lightning at specific designated targets. In addition, Weather Report also has hidden unconscious abilities such as making it rain frogs. Now that he also has his memory back, he can even control the ozone layer. An example of this is his creation of subliminal effects by changing the angle of the sun's rays. Anyone under the influence of this light begins to think that they're beginning to transform to snails. No, I was making a joke. It's fine. I knew it. I was making a joke. It was one of the most obvious things in the universe. Just explained it once again. I was like, the biggest mystery of the whole entire manga has been explained. No, I was making a joke. I knew that already. So, Heavy Weather, Part 11. If you're thinking that you can avoid this effect by closing your eyes on a suit, I'm afraid that it's too late. Even in the cave underneath the hospital. All right, dude. With your loud ass car. Jesus Christ. Even in the cave underneath the hospital, there was a faint glimmer of sunlight, and besides, once one gets under the subliminal effects, even if this town becomes enveloped in the night, the snails will continue to appear. And the shell wearers will continue to eat at your flesh. This is how this climate phenomenon, this subliminal effect, works. Subliminal effects are all in the mind, but humans can age faster just by willing themselves to do so, and give themselves ulcers just by being stressed. Once the heart is impacted by this effect, it doesn't matter how hard one struggles to block it out of his mind. You would understand you're a stand user after all. If I were to start filming what's going on right now, the people in this town the people of this town would only see themselves as snails, rolling in the filth that they've created, thinking that that is the truth. This phenomenon will continue as long as Weather is alive, and besides, Weather, you would have eventually noticed that I had taken my own ability to see. That's why I took the time to explain this ability to you. I think I'll take the other one too while I'm at it. Alright, dude. I don't think you'll be standing up ever again. Alright. I say alright, but it's dive down! Don't you dare act out of your own lowly and insignificant feelings. Oh, man. Man. Alright, dude. Humans must strive to attain heaven. The one who strives to find it will be able to lead all of mankind to it. You're merely interfering just because I have to sacrifice the lives of a few to do so. Domain quo vadis. You're going to be crucified. So, Domain quo vadis is a painting by the Italian Barocca painter Annabelle Carracci. No, it's Carracci. Pucci fights are the best, actually. Pucci fights are pretty freaking good. Carracci. Annabelle Carracci. So 1960 to 1609. Oh, 1960? 1560 to 1609. Man, my brain is not working today correctly. Question marks all round. Question marks all round. No one knows what is going on right now. What? Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Weather. This is your doing, is it not? You did this. What are you doing? What are these sounds? What are these sounds? This sound. Weather. What do you think you're doing? Weather, what do you think you're doing? I can control them. It's another one of Weather's report's abilities. It does not have to be fast. If I can just create them, the priest can't see them. He's evaporating his blood and then freezing it. Huh. Okay. He's got the priest surrounded with his blood that's splattered all over the place. Weather created numerous spears. So which are you going to choose? You can stay blind. That's one choice. The other, well, you can choose to see what's going on with your own eyes. But if you trip, it's all over for you. I'm going over there right now. He did it. The priest can't get away. Will he return his own eyesight in order to run away? No, I doubt it. If he sees this light, he'll be susceptible to the Snell effect. If Weather can just grab onto the priest, Whitesnake's power is nothing compared to Weather reports. Weather's got this one in the bag. I anticipated that you would do something. From the moment that I told you that I wasn't able to see. That's the only reason I willingly showed myself to you. Whitesnake! Anasui! If I was going to kill him, I would have done it so already. I can use anything as my eyes. That's how I was able to come over here after all. Anasui, may I use you as my eyes for a moment? Will you tell me what you see right now? These things that are threatening me. What is Weather doing right now? Oh no! Don't use my boy! Don't you dare use my boy against Weather Report. He froze his blood and made spears all over the ground. A lot of them. 3 right behind you, 4 to your right. Smirk. I see. Can you guide me out of this maze? Keep on talking. If you walk 3 steps, there are 6 more of them, so turn left. Weather, from the moment you were born, you were cursed. Just stay still over there, your life. Until what you do, there is no salvation for you. Your memory should never have been returned to you. From here, head left and walk 5 steps. After that, turn to the right and you'll be out. Alright, 5 steps. Yeah, 5 steps. And I just realised I can see it, so I'll tell you there's one more spear. I was looking at the ground the whole time, so I didn't notice it. It's on your shoulder. Oh! Whoever's hardening the blood on your shoulder. Whoops, too late. What? Ah! Huh. No way. Whoever's managed to get the priest within his range. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! That was the end. The end of the volume. Man, that was quite an interesting volume. I don't know how I feel about it too much. Like, I kind of grew more towards it towards the end, but I don't know, still kind of a bit cold towards the whole thing with Weather Report's backstory. Like, I don't know, I still don't know how I feel towards it. I think I need to think it over, I think. I don't know, I still maintain it was way too fast. Like, it just happened, and you're just like, whoa, hello, okay, this is a bit of left field. I don't know, because yeah, I can see that. I can see that with Report's fight with Poochie will actually save his whole entire arc. Because again, I think that it had the same thing that Sky High did with Bohemian Rhapsody, and then a subsequent arc afterwards. The fact that Sky High was kind of weak compared to the rest of them. Like, this one's kind of got the weak section with Weather Report's backstory. I think it could have been handled a little bit, just a tiny bit better, just a tiny bit, because it's a subject matter that's quite difficult to kind of get across correctly. You have to kind of give it time. You can't just do that so suddenly and just kind of go, okay, that's it. I think it's just down to personal opinion with the whole entire arc itself. I think the whole entire thing is the fact that it was way too fast, but I can see other people might say it's okay. Like, I understand that, it's not a problem. But I don't know. It just feels as if there was something that was missing in between that could have been kind of explained a lot better, and it could have just kind of made that whole entire transition into what happened with Weather Report a little bit better. Because how it stands right now, it happened way too quickly. You didn't have enough time to process it. Yeah, that's the whole entire thing. I see it a lot with JoJo's. The fact it's personal preference, really, but it's just that you had no time to process it, and it kind of felt as if that it could have been handled a little bit better, because you can't just kind of just introduce that kind of subject and then expect the person to actually kind of accept that within a space of maybe 5 panels, because it just doesn't feel right. Because you have to kind of build up a sympathy for Weather Report. The whole entire thing, that's his backstory. You're meant to feel like sympathetic towards him. The fact you have no time to do so, it kind of hinders his whole entire character overall. Yeah, but it's just that's the whole thing I see with it. It's the fact that it kind of hinders his character a little bit too much. That you can't get that emotional connection you should be getting because of how fast the events are happening. Like, yeah, up to the whole entire point with Poochie, it was completely fine. Like, that whole entire section was completely a-okay. I actually quite liked it. But just that bit in between, when Weather Report was introduced, it just felt way too fast. It just felt like you can't get an emotional connection towards Weather Report. That you kind of feel as if maybe his rage towards humanity, yeah, his rage towards humanity is still warranted, but it feels as if there could have been an extra layer to that whole entire thing that could have made him a little bit more fleshed out. That's how I see things. In fact, it just happened way too fast, which kind of hindered it all overall for me. I still don't mind the arc. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind it, but I just kind of feel as if there was still a better way that he could have gone about explaining that whole entire thing, because the way it was kind of explained, the way it was kind of handled, it kind of felt a bit too haphazard. It didn't feel as if it was a kind of correct way of doing things and executing it correctly as well. But it just felt as if it didn't have enough time to kind of work. That's just me, at least. That's just me. I just kind of see it that way. I mean, it's a small blemish. That's the only thing. It's like the same thing with Sky High as well. It's a small blemish upon what is a freaking fantastic manga. I don't mind the whole entire experience. I think that there's always there's little hiccups here and there. I don't know, but I still respect that Araki kind of went about explaining his backstory, because again, his backstory is the most interesting thing, because we know little to nothing about his character. We don't know what's going on with him, so it makes sense that he goes about explaining it. I respect that, but I think, I don't know. Oh man, I actually read Fairy Tail, so I can't. I already read it. I hated it. I hated every single second of it, so I can't actually do anything for it. But yeah, I mean, I think what transpired afterwards with Weather Report and Poochie again redeemed the whole entire arc. Is that whole entire thing? The same thing happened with Sky High. Is a twist at the end. It redeemed the whole entire arc for me. I didn't feel as if I didn't feel that sour towards the end of it, because the whole entire arc was redeemed by the whole thing with the twist with Sky High, and now the fight is redeemed that whole entire idea as well. And the fact that yes, they actually did decently explain the whole entire stand, because the stand is quite interesting. Like Weather Report's stand is quite interesting. That's why I quite like the way they explained it, because you actually understand it. Like it's one of those things that if they didn't explain it correctly, you'd be completely lost what the hell's going on right now. But they explained it correctly. I actually thought, you know what? Good job. Good job. I would be angry as well. The fact that tease at the end of the manga as well, when Natsu went to hug Lucy, I was like, oh my god, it's happening. No, I was like, sorry, all this time, my heart has been plagued with these emotions of they should be together and not together. I was so pissed off by the end of it. I was like, no, not happening today, not happening. That's why I hated Fairy Tail so much. One of the reasons why I hated it was the fact that ending. But I don't know. I think... I think the villain's actually the best one since Kira. I think Kira is still he's still the cream of the crop. I don't think so far I've had a better villain than him. I don't know about the subsequent parts, but Kira is still the best one, because Kira is he's literally my favorite antagonist of all time. But I think Poochie does come close, because Poochie does have a reason to be there. He has a reason to fight. His whole entire thing does make sense, what he's doing, so I actually quite like it for that reason. So he does have a reason to be there. Diavolo against it beforehand just doesn't work. He didn't have enough time. That's why it didn't feel like that genuine. But Poochie, he actually has a reason to be there. He has a reason to fight. His reasons are like his own reasons in his own eyes are genuine. So it just makes sense. It makes sense why he's there. So I actually quite like Poochie for that reason. He's no Kira, because Kira again, he came out of nowhere, so it's hard. His I can't even say the words now. He's hard to compete with, because he came out of nowhere and he was such a fantastic villain that it's hard to ever go beyond where Kira was originally, because Kira is still like the cream of the crop. Again, I have no idea about the subsequent parts, but right now I don't think there will ever be a villain better than Kira. I have no idea. The next one might be amazing. Yeah, Fairy Tail was not good. Like, it had one good arc and it ruined itself at the end. I was like, man, it was a really good arc and it ruined itself. I said yesterday, the whole entire thing with Natsu becoming human again really pissed me off, because it was that whole entire idea of just written the F out at the end. It was like, what was the point? Like, oh, you might die if he dies. Oh, I'm human now, so screw you. I was like, what? It was like, what's the point? But yeah, I agree. Kira's he's one of the best antagonists in manga, because he's just such a great character. Like, you understood why he was fighting, everything like that. It just all made sense. The same thing can't apply to Diavolo, because Diavolo just kind of didn't have enough time. But yeah, I mean, I think Poochie does come a close second though. I think it probably does go Kira, Poochie, Dio, or maybe Kira, Poochie, Cars. I don't know. I'm in two minds about Cars or Dio. Actually, Rave Moth is actually quite good. I watched the anime when I was a kid. It actually is quite good. I actually would recommend it. But I mean, yeah, I have no idea how this manga will end, because this manga is quite insane. Like, compared to what has been transpiring beforehand in previous parts, this is quite insane. That's I've always heard that Part 7 literally has like the best everything in it. That's why I'm like, oh my god, I really want to read Part 7 right now. But Part 6 again, I think Part 6 is my favorite. Like, out of Part 1, 2, 3, 4, then I kind of exclude Part 5 out of the whole entire running, because I don't really kind of I don't kind of see it in the whole entire the same way I see Part 1 to 4. That's why I always say Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, because Part 5 is its own thing in my eyes. I think Part 6 is actually my favourite, because I think it has everything that made Part 1 to 4 so freaking great, and made it into Part 6 once again. I think Araki learned, and he actually just made everything so freaking damn great again. Minus the whole thing with Weather Report. That's the only thing that really kind of just brought it down a slight bit. Everything else is pretty much pitch perfect in my eyes. Huh, it's actually quite interesting. But it's, I mean, I would I've seen it's the second most highest rated manga on my anime list right now, which actually is quite a feat, because Berserk was not moving number 1, but number 2 is JoJo Part 7. I was like, man, all right, that does actually seem like a good thing to read. But 6 is really freaking good as well. Also, Jolene's just Jolene's my favorite protagonist, I think. Giorno's still my favorite protagonist, because he's just such a freaking great character. But I think Jolene's my favorite out of Part 1 to 4. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens with Part 7. I want to see how it all just kind of goes down, because it's just one of those ones that it's been eating at me, because people keep on telling me it's like the best thing ever. I'm like, man. But yeah, it's actually quite amazing. I've actually got through 2 parts in one summer. Like, reading it at the pace I'm going at, which is quite amazing, actually. I actually maintain by the time I actually get to Part 8, I think Part 5 would have had its anime, like, kind of adapted, I think. Maybe, I'm not too sure. But yeah. Oh, that sounds good then. That sounds good. Because I don't think anyone will ever replace Kira in my eyes. I mean, my number 1 antagonist of all time still is Utsuro from Gintama. Like, Utsuro is still the best antagonist of all time. Like, he will never be changed. I don't think I will ever find an antagonist better than Utsuro. But I mean, I'm always open to my eyes being changed, as they say. Because I think Utsuro is kind of he's literally the most fleshed out antagonist of all time. I think Kira is my second favourite. I think probably, I don't know what's going to happen with Part 7, but it's going to be hard to beat Utsuro, because Utsuro is so goddamn perfect. Like, he is literally the most perfect villain of all time. But yeah, you have not read or watched Gintama, I suggest you actually go and watch it or read it, because it's actually phenomenal. It will make you cry, it'll make you laugh, it'll make you feel everything. I have no idea how it does it, but it's so freaking great. Just it's a small little plug I always do about Gintama. I always say I think Dio has the charisma. I just don't think he's an interesting villain. Like, towards the end of part 3, I kind of got a bit tired of him. Like, it just kind of felt. I think the problem was it was the build up towards Dio. I think if it was shorter, I think it would have worked a lot better, because of the build up towards Dio. It kind of felt a bit like I'm kind of tired at this point with him. That's why I kind of think about Dio. I don't know. I think it took way too long to get to Dio, and it just kind of hindered his character overall. But I don't know. I think maybe Part 7's villain might overcome my inability to find a better villain than Utsuro. But yeah, I think that has been me for today. I think I actually have to go lie down for it, but my throat's actually gonna give out in a minute. I feel it turning into Batman. Oh man, yeah, I'm actually gonna cough now. I think they all got their quirks. I just think maybe the only thing that's maybe the other character's actually not kind of that great is probably Diavolo. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I kind of like the fact that he actually does have a different side of him, like the side we never got to see. It's kind of one of those things that kind of gives a character a bit more context. Like he's just not a complete arsehole all the time. Like he's actually had a different side. Like he's actually kind of a almost in a way cool guy. Like you're kind of like, okay. I mean, I can actually see. I actually can see this different side of Dio now. Yeah, it's a problem. It's just one of those things it kind of gets you off guard, but it's kind of nice the fact it had a different side. Yeah, I actually agree. I think Part 6 actually does make Dio better. I'm guessing probably it's his way of attaining heaven. I think. I don't know. It's a bit of a stark contrast, but I can see probably there must be a reason to why he's doing it. But yeah, that was me for today. So yeah, volume 16 is tomorrow. So second to last volume tomorrow. The Monday is the final volume of part 7. Part 7? Part 6. My brain is literally stopping right now. So yeah, I'm probably going to lie down for a bit and play some Destiny 2. Because Destiny 2 has just come out. Okay, so that has been me for today. So you actually can't say the words. You actually have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole, and you do leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed it does have quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here, and you want to stay a little bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed it does have quite a bit. But until next time, I shall see you guys later. Bye for now.